Hi besties, come to work with me as a pastry chef working on night shift. So we already at the changing room, we are changing into our kitchen attire before we head to the station. And then the first thing I always do is I go to the BO to check how many guests we have tomorrow so that we don't overproduce or underproduce the items. Then we check the menu. This will guide us on what to produce on that specific day. I headed to the station and recorded the cooler temperatures, and then I started working on my banana and oat muffins right away. So here I'm just preparing my ingredients, measuring, and doing my thing. Yeah. And so here our butter is ready to be piped, after which we are now going to clean our working area, because we know that food safety, hygiene and food goes hand in hand. And then after which, here I have my bread loaves which are ready, and I'm getting them off the tin, and then I'm going ahead to work on my tea scones which came out perfectly. So here I was just portioning as I chit chat with the colleagues. A great team, that is. Yeah. So look at that. And then I went ahead to sheet the mandazi dough. So that is what I'm doing. You can see the dough moving back and forth. Yeah. And then my dough is ready for portioning. And that is my cartoon friend who keeps me going in this shift. So they are just psyching me up. Yeah. And then I went ahead and portioned the mandazi. And then I started working on the fruitcake. I went ahead and worked on the fruitcake, and then here we were piping marble muffins. So I was piping the vanilla parts, and my friend was piping the chocolate parts. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Then I went ahead to hydrate because that is important. And then I went back to the station and I was working on the bread rolls. And I was super sleepy at this point, so we decided to step out and catch some breeze. Yeah, and look at that view. Isn't that beautiful? It is. Yeah, so after a short walk, we headed back to the station. And now I was putting away the burger buns that we had made earlier. And here I was frying the mandazis. And it was dinner time or breakfast time. It was 3 a.m. and we were having our first meal. Yeah. And here are some of the breads that we made. And our breakfast setup is ready. Look at that. Yeah, so here we have the gluten-free items, but behind there we have the cereals. Here we have the nuts. We have the juices. And here we have the cheese. We have the cold cuts, the fruits. There we have the condiments, the salad, granola, yogurts, sauces are there also. And then here we have the hot dishes. And then this side we have the live station where we prepare the eggs, the waffles, the pancakes. And then Finally, we have the pastry station where we have the bread rolls, the mandazis, the croissant, the cakes, the danishes, all sorts of pastries are here now. Yeah. And so before we end our day, we have to go through the dry store and see if there is any requisition that we need to make. And remember, that is after doing thorough cleaning of the station before the next shift comes in. Okay, so that is it, guys. Bye.